what you need to do in order to make that amount of money. I wanted to go full time. I wanted my freedom back, and that meant that I had to know what the number was. I had to know what my freedom meant. Like, does it mean I need a year's worth of my income put aside? Does it mean I need 2 years, 6 months? What would I be comfortable with? You put the number down, and then you say, well, what is it that I need to do every month, and when am I going to actually obtain it? Does that make sense? How fast do you want to reach the next position? So you're on this destination, you want to get there, you should have a calendar. You guys have those little handy dandy phones, that's good, but calendars where you can see it in front of you are even better. And you should have on there that next date. A lot of times people set dates for their next position to be the next national convention or the next regional event. It's usually always associated around a big event. So find out when the next national is and say, I'm going to be at the next position by then. Put it on there. Put ED, put ND, circle it, put a little heart through it, whatever you want to do with smiley face, but put that date on there. You need to think about how many people do you want to help. This is all big with building your vision. I had to know, like, am I trying to help 100 people this month? Am I trying to help 1,000 people this month? How big is your vision? You have to know what that vision is. Instead of just going out and talking to people, you have to know where you're trying to go and what do you want your residuals to be and what customers should you focus on to get there. One of the things I do with my team is I take a look at, we all want to build big residuals. I say, well, what customers pay out the highest residual? Let's focus on that, because let's not focus on things that don't make us a lot of money. Let's focus on things that make us the most money. And the only way you know what that is if you kind of look it up yourself and you set a goal for yourself. For instance, you can set a goal to say, we're going to obtain, 10 PDN customers every single month. Who's with it? If we could do that, I'm taking a look at each position. This is where our residuals can be. You're in business for yourself, so you should have projections. You should know what you want. What is it going to take? How much are you going to make? And not only how much are you going to make, but how much is your partner going to make if they go out and they accomplish this goal with you? It's a lot easier for people to acquire something when you yourself tell them exactly what they're going to get from it. So, number 6 is you need to be prepared to break down on the journey. What do you need to be prepared for? And I mean, obviously we don't want to, say that there's obviously bad things that come along with business, but is there always a sunny day? No, there's things that come along with the business. So you have to be prepared for the bad times as just as much as you're prepared for the good times. Or if not, it'll knock you out of the business. Imagine losing an executive director. Imagine losing a national director. If you lose leadership, are you ready for it? Are you prepared for it? Think about businesses today that lose business, and do they keep going? Do they have strategies when those things break down? So, do you think you'll lose a few people along the way? Have you already lost somebody along the way? Have you recruited somebody and then next thing you know they go into witness protection? You're like, that was quick. I didn't get a chance to, help you with your first meeting. So you got to be prepared for it, not only on small levels, but big levels, because people change their minds. Things happen different in their life. They go in different directions, and you got to be prepared for all the breakdowns that are going to happen along the way. I was always telling, like, some of my mentors, I was telling William Fawcett, a CEO, I remember one time speaking to him, and I was like, does this happen to everybody? I felt like it was only happening to me. Do you ever feel like sometimes things are only happening to you? And so I was feeling like things were only happening to me, and I gave him a call, and he said, well, I've worked with a lot of top people in other network marketing companies, and this is actually very common. I said, okay. When you know that other people have to go through it, then you feel like, well, how do I think that I'm any different? So I'm just allowing you to be okay with the bad parts that come along with it. The breakdowns is going to come along with it. The times when you're going to feel like you want to give up that are going to come along with it. I remember being a national director, and I was making, at this time, I was making about $4,000 a month as a national director, and I wanted to give up on my business. I was like, it's not enough money, I'm not really going far, and I'm putting all this energy and effort into it. I see so many others making more money than me. I was like, maybe I could do real estate. maybe I could start another business. And I started thinking about all these other things that I could do because I was having a breakdown. And then I said to myself, well, you know what? If it can be done, maybe I should do it first. And then, if it's working and I'm making money, if I don't like it, I can quit. That's a good way to look at it, right? Like, don't quit now. Wait till you're making the money, and then if you don't like it, quit. Imagine that. If you said, I can't quit until I make the money, because it can be done. And I had that in my mind, and I honestly thought at the time that it sounded good. Like, I'm going to stay until I make the money. And then I'm going to show them, because I'm going to quit when I make my money. And I'm going to show them I can do something else. And then I made my first $20,000 in a week. And then I asked myself, do you want to quit? Needless to say, I'm still here. But I think that this is such an important thing because it's so easy to give up when things are not working the way you want them to work. It's so easy to give up and just like walk away when things are breaking down. You're not having success. You're not moving forward. You're not getting the things that you want out of it. That is the easiest time to quit. And a lot of times we don't say we're going to quit. What we do is we give up in our efforts. So we show up, but we're not doing anything. We didn't invite anyone. We're not getting any customers. So even though we're physically present, we don't even realize that we really have quit. And what I said was that I'm not going to just be here, but I'm going to be here and I'm going to actively go after it until I get it. So as much as I want to give up, I'm going to get another customer. As much as I want to give up, I'm going to get another partner. And I'm talking to you today, and you're going to hear what I have to say, and you are going to get into my business. And we're going to make some money together. Okay. Are you ready? Ready. And it was like this desire and this hunger inside of me that said that it had to happen. It had to happen because I believed that it really could because it happened for someone else. And I just wasn't willing to quit. But remember, when you're not working, you have quit. Yeah. If you're not doing three-ways, you've quit. If you're not getting a customer, you've quit. You just have not turned off your platinum services. But you have quit mentally. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to do was to prove myself wrong. Is that I could make it. And if she could do it, then I could do it. If he could do it, then I can do it. And I'm going to do it. And I'm going to have the success. And I'm going to get there. And when I get there, if I don't like it, then I'll quit. But I do remember that day. And it's funny because I remember being home, going through my computer, pulling up my back office, and I just done a great meeting. I had just went from a second of feeling like I was going to quit. The next month, I hit senior vice president. The following month after that, I went and did a meeting for my aunt and uncle, and a pastor came into my business. That day, 60 people signed up. 60 people right after I just felt like I wanted to quit. 60 people. The following month, I look in my back office, and I'm waiting to see, okay, what is that going to mean to me? And I look and I see $20,000. Now, how is this the exact amount that just in my mind 2 months ago I said, if I get there and then I don't like it, then I'll quit? It was the exact number. The exact number. And the thing that went through my mind was, are you ready to give up? Does this not work for you anymore? Then I did some cartwheels. And after the cartwheels and the screaming and running around the house and taking my shoes off and yelling and going outside of my home and opening the door and running in my grass and screaming and thinking, I want to call somebody, but they might ask me for some money. remember saying, okay, well, now what? And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I like this. I can get used to this. But I couldn't get used to failing. That didn't feel good. It was so bad that I didn't like it and I didn't want to be here. So what I'm telling you is this, is that we all have these moments where we have these dreams and we need to chase these dreams. And in order to do it, you need to make sure you're equipped for the journey. So don't forget, bad times come, but good times come too. Now here's the last little step. This is something, is don't forget your GPS. And your GPS is making sure you have people that are guiding you along your journey. What is it? Making someone is guiding you along your journey. Now, I talked a little bit about your uplines, and I want you to understand how important having an upline relationship is. It's really important. And I believe that in order for you to be successful, that communication should be at least 3 to 4 times a week. How often should it be? 3 to 4 times a week you should be communicating with your upline, if not more. If you're serious, you're communicating with them several times a day. That's if you're serious. So if you're missing out on that, that's important because they're there to guide you. They're like your GPS. They know where you're going, they know what you want, and they're here to say, make a right in 600 feet, make sure you make a left. They can see what you're doing when you really can't see what you're doing. So don't forget to utilize them. Now, I've created a program, and I've been asked about this over and over and over again, and I've wanted to do it for such a long time, and I've just had enough guts to do it. So it's a one-on-one coaching program, and that program is designed to give people one-on-one attention. I started about 60 days ago, and the program was full, but I opened up 10 new slots. And what I do is I give you a personal assessment, I take a look at where you are in your business, and I'm trying to guide you through your journey of making sure you are having success. Now, this is not cheap, because you are getting my undivided attention. But for just a 30-day time frame, I really work on the things that you need to change your business and to change your life around. Again, I only have 10 slots that I have available. The lady in the back where my sign is, she has on a black sweater back there. She has 10 slots. For anyone who wants to get started today, the program actually starts over again next week. So I am having 10 people, only 10 new people, and I have my people from last month that I'm in the program with. I was hoping that the people from last month would say, well, it's too much, and you know, it was great, but all of them wanted to continue for another 30 days, which told me how great the program is. So again, I am so happy to be in a part of everyone's journey, helping you through the process. This has been absolutely a phenomenal experience. Hopefully you guys have had a great time at the regional event. Yeah. We're all on social media. If you're on Instagram, I'm on Instagram as Tish Speaks. I'm on Facebook as Tishina Anderson. We're always letting everyone know where we are. And if you want to invite people to events, we're always willing to help your people no matter what city we're in. So I'm going to bring up the host. Thank you guys so much for having me here in Dallas, Texas. Brought my children's book with me. My 2 oldest kids have a book out called Dream Chasers. I know we only have a few left, but it's to teach young kids about entrepreneurship. It's to start the conversation early on. So if you have young kids or nieces and nephews, make sure that you take a look at the book in the back before you leave. I also have a DVD, CD for women. It's called, what is it called? What's it called? Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Millionaire. Can't even remember my own stuff, right? All right, so it's Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Millionaire. So I have a few things that I brought along with you guys, with myself. So I'm going to bring up the host of the event. Is it Kwame? Are you coming up, Kwame? Well, come on up, Kwame. And is it Tiara's coming up with them? Senior Vice President Kwame Gibson and Tiara Joseph.